Most DJs know what stems are, but hardly anyone is using them to their full potential. If you're just isolating vocals for the sake of it, then you're barely scratching the surface. Today, I'm going to show you 3 insanely effective ways that pro DJs are using stems in their live sets. Not just for cool tricks, but to completely transform how their sets flow and stand out. These are the kind of techniques that turn a good set into a memorable one. From energy flips mid-drop, to crowd hyping transitions, to completely reworking how you build your mixes. And the best part is that you can try all of them out today, no matter what music you're playing. So let's get into it. In this video, I'm going to be using Serato DJ Pro with the DJing Rev 7 controller. So before we get started, let's quickly go over how stems work in Serato, and I'll show you how to set them up properly. So here inside Serato, let's head to the settings. And then under DJ preferences, you've got this option here, replace primary hardware pad mode with stems. So now if I switch the pad mode over to sampler on both decks, you can see that the 8 pads on each side corresponds exactly with what you see on the screen. So this pad right here will turn the vocals off and on. This pad right here will do the melody. This is the bass and this is the drums. The bottom 4 pads control the stems effects. So this pad right here will echo out the vocal and leave the instrumental playing. This pad right here will echo out the instrumental and leave the vocals playing. This pad right here will perform a breaker effect on the instrumental, just like pressing the stop button on a turntable. And this pad right here will echo out the drums and leave the vocal, melody and bass playing. The stems pad mode in Serato really does take using stems to the next level. It just makes it way more fun and way more creative. Now on this deck, I've got Empire State of Mind by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. And on this deck, I've got Sub Focus Alarm. Now drum and bass usually runs at about 174 BPM. And if you halve that, you get 87. So Empire State of Mind is at 87 and I've synced it with the drum and bass track. And when we get into the chorus of Empire State of Mind, I'm going to take out the drums and I'm going to bring in the drums from the Sub Focus track. And you'll see that this completely flips the energy. And it's perfect if you need to get from hip hop into drum and bass and bring the energy of your set right up. So let's take a listen.
Still sipping my top, sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. Nigga, I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I most definitely from.
Now this is exactly the kind of thing that I go into in my full course. If you're ready to take your DJing way beyond just mixing tracks, then check out the link in the description. Okay, for our next trick, we're going to be playing around with the melody pads right here. And I'm going to swap between the melody of 2 different tracks. Now for a mix like this, it's super important that both of the tracks that you're using are in the same key as each other. Because we're going to be cutting between the melodies and swapping the melodies round, if the tracks are not in the same key, then it just won't sound good at all. So if we take a look at Serato right here, you can see that the track on the left deck is in 12A and the track on the right deck is in 2A. Now to sync the keys of these tracks, all you need to do is press this button right here. And you can see it's put the track on the left deck up 2 semitones to match the key of the track in deck 2. Now I'm going to mix these 2 tracks together and you'll see me swapping the melody by using these pads right here. Switching between the melodies of 2 different tracks is actually one of my favorite ways to play around with stems. It works with any genre, and if you get 2 tracks that both have their own unique identifiable melodies, then you can very easily make a brand new melody out of those 2 tracks. And using the stems pad mode, it's really easy to switch the melodies. You just do this. So let's take a listen. by the way, these stems tricks, they're just a taste of what's inside the full course. So if you're ready to take your DJing to the next level, hit the link in the description to find out more. This next trick is all about mixing between two tracks in a way that's even more subtle and clean than just using EQs. I'm going to have a track playing on the right deck and I'm going to let that go into the drop. And then on the left deck, I'm going to bring in only the drums of the track on the left deck and I'm going to remove the drums from the track on the right deck. And then I'm going to gradually bring the stems across to the song that I'm mixing in. We're going to swap the bass over, we'll eventually swap the melody over, and then we'll bring in the vocals from the track on the left deck. Now, when done right, this will massively tidy up your mixes, because rather than having different elements of the track competing against each other, we're just going to swap them out entirely, but we're going to do it gradually over a period of time. There's only so much that you can do with EQs, but being able to actually use the isolated stems from each track and mix between them is a brand new way of mixing that honestly, I don't see enough people doing. So hopefully this mix will show you what's possible. Let's take a listen.
Stay light, I'll still be looking in your ebony eyes, and we'll go on and on and
So those are three of the most creative ways that I use stems in my live sets, but that is just scratching the surface. If you want to learn how to actually stand out behind the decks, flip genres on the fly and build sets that people actually remember, then my creative open format DJ course is where to go next. You'll learn how to apply techniques like this across many different genres and actually build your own creative DJ style. So if you're interested, then just hit the link in the description to find out more. If this video inspired you and you want to check out more from me and my channel, then I recommend this video right here.